So I click this on, do I? And I have to, when I get up, make sure that I don't continue to wear it.
You can keep wearing it, the cord's quite long.
Is it? Where do I clip it?
Be really gentle. Yeah, there was a Welsh councillor.
So is it all good?
Yeah.
Okay, so warm welcome. So one or two people tuning in already. Hello, Anthony. Feels like a little while since I've been in the hot seat. So if I haven't met you before, I haven't seen you for a while. Very nice to see you again. My name's Satchnama, and I'm hosting our Sangha Night here tonight. So we'll just wait for a moment or two for people to tune in. Lots of people saying hello. It's good to see. And then we'll begin our Sangha Night. I've got something to show you at the beginning of Sangha Night. Hey, and very nice to have you with us. I haven't seen you for a little while. Particularly like to welcome people if they're new to Sangha Night. Obviously Sangha Night's for people who have a connection with the centre, but there's always the first time for everyone. So if you're here for the first time joining up with us, it's very nice to have you with us. Okay, so I'll just wait another minute or so and then we'll begin. Great, Kirsten and Kamasiri and Harry and Pamasaki and Kusla Devi and Mandy. Great. And I'm going to take this off when I salute the shrine. I'll be bowing down as well. Okay, so we're going to start by saluting the shrine, and then I'll say a little bit more by way of introduction. So if you want to join in with saluting the shrine, or saluting your shrine, wherever you may be in Nottingham, do join in. We'll do it in call and response, so I'll be doing the call, and my fellow community members here, Maria Barchin, our newest community member, Zach, who's just moved into the community above the Buddhist Centre, just joined us this week, and also Darren and Gareth, they'll do the response. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Dharmaya. Namo Dharmaya. Namo Sanghaya. Namo Sanghaya. Namo Namah. Namo Namah. Home. Okay, so the last quite a few Sangha Nights now. We've been exploring different Buddha and Bodhisattva figures, but particularly the last 4 weeks we've been looking at 5 Buddha mandala. So we had Aryabhachan doing something on Akshobhya, the Blue Buddha of the East. We had Kusala Devi doing something on Ratnasambhava, Golden Yellow Buddha of the South. We had Amitashuri doing something on Amitabha. And last week, Ratnagosha joined us from Cambridge and gave a talk about Amoghasiddhi, the Buddha of fearlessness. So tonight we're going to come to, as it were, the conclusion of our exploration of the mandala. I'm going to show you something because I was fortunate enough to do a number of years where I explored the mandala in some depth. So I'm going to hold up something for you. This is a mandala calendar for 2001 from the Bristol Buddhist Centre. So we did a whole series of events through the year. I hope you can see that. Starting on the winter solstice at the end of 2000, where we did a dedication ceremony. And then we explored the 5 Buddha mandala at different times of year, the times of year associated with them. So we went this way around the year. A friend of mine called Suada did this computer graphic of it. So we journeyed around the year. We went through the blue part of the year with Akshobhya. The yellow part of the year, well, the blue part of the year culminated on the spring equinox. We did an outdoor ritual at dawn to Akshobhya. And we went through the yellow part of the year to the summer solstice, and we did an outdoor ritual at midday at the Stanton Drew Stone Circle south of Bristol on the summer solstice. And we went round to the red part of the year for Amitabha, and we did a ritual on the beach at Sand Bay, just north of Weston-super-Mare. At sunset we had a bonfire on the beach. Then we went to the green part of the year with Amoghasiddhi. We did a ritual in the woods at midnight for Amoghasiddhi. And then we came to the final part of the year leading up to the winter solstice again with Vairocana, exploring the figure of Vairocana and celebrated him on the winter solstice. So one of the things when I explored the mandala over a number of years, it's quite a journey. When you go around the whole mandala, you sort of dwell in these different realms. You dwell in the realm of Akshobhya, the deep blue of Akshobhya, the time of dawn in spring. You dwell in the realm of Ratnasambhava, you dwell in the realm of Amitabha, and then of Amoghasiddhi. And it's quite a journey just being with all those different symbols, the different qualities of them, the different times of year. But then there comes the time where you step away from the periphery of the mandala and into the centre. And Vairocana is the figure at the centre. Whenever I did this, it felt like you finally were coming home, stepping into the centre of the mandala. Vairocana is the figure of which the others are a manifestation. So he is the central figure. In some ways he's a little elusive. Can take a little bit more to get a feel for Vairocana, but there was this very strong feeling when you step into the centre of the mandala of coming home, of like, this is where you've always wanted to be, this is the centre, this is the ground, this is the home, your home, this is the centre of yourself, as it were. So it's quite a journey to go on, to go around the mandala in that way and then to step into the centre. So tonight we're stepping into the centre of the mandala. I'm very pleased. We've got my good friend Gareth, who's going to be giving us a talk in the second half on Vairocana. He's a bit of a Vairocana devotee. He's been reading this wonderful Mahayana Sutra called the Avatamsaka Sutra, which Vairocana features in quite strongly. So we're going to start the evening with a reading. Gareth is going to read something from the Avatamsaka Sutra. Then I'm just going to lead us in the chanting of the Vairocana mantra, so do feel free to join in with that at home. And then we're going to do a period of just sitting meditation. So we won't do the mindfulness of breathing or the metta bhavana, we'll just sit. I'll maybe say 1 or 2 things about that when we get to it. But in a way that's quite appropriate for Vairocana, who represents this brilliant luminous awareness at the centre of the mandala. So we'll just settle for a moment or two, and then Gareth, are you going to say something about the reading, just
I will,
briefly?
Yeah. Should I do that now?
No, just do it before. Yeah. So we'll just settle for a minute or so, and then Gareth will introduce the reading and then read it, and then we'll do the Vairocana mantra.
So this reading is from section 35 of the Avatamsaka Sutra. The title is The Qualities of the Buddha's Embellishments and Lights. And in this section, it's Vairocana himself speaking, and he gives an account of his powers from his time as a bodhisattva, so that's just before his reaching of full enlightenment. And in his account, beings are freed from hell as a result of his powers. And when they're freed from hell, they encounter a magical drum and explains their situation. And it closes with a vision of the scale of Vairocana's influence. Then the world-honoured one, Vairocana, said to Bodhisattva Jewel Hand, offspring of Buddha, the perfectly enlightened one has an embellishment called the foremost sphere, from which emanates a great light called effulgence, with 7 million infinities of light rays. The 1,000-spoked wheels on the soles of my feet as a bodhisattva were called king of universal light, causing all sentient beings to develop to maturity according to their various actions and inclinations. Sentient beings in excruciating pain, in uninterrupted hell, encountering this light, were born into Shita heaven after their lives ended. When they were born in heaven, they heard the sound of the celestial drum declare to them, "Very good, godlings, the enlightening being Vairocana has entered undefiled concentration. You should pay respects." Then the godlings thought, "How wonderful! What is the source of the subtle sound?" And the drum answered, "The sound I make is produced by the power of roots of goodness. Godlings, just as I speak of myself without attachment to self or to what is mine, so too do the Buddhas say they are enlightened, yet have no attachment to I or mine. Just as my sound does not come from the east or from the west, or from any of the 10 directions, in the same way the achievement of Buddhahood as a consequence of actions does not come from any of the 10 directions. It is as when you were born in hell. The hell and your bodies did not come from any of the 10 directions. It was only due to your deluded deeds and bondage by folly that you were reborn in hell. This has no basis. It did not come from anywhere. The enlightening being Vairocana emanated great light, yet this light did not come from any of the 10 directions." The godlings, having heard this message, realized unprecedented wonder. Then they all magically produced in each pore of their bodies myriad clouds of flowers, fragrances, music, banners, parasols, and eulogies, and went together to the palace where Vairocana was staying. Any sentient beings who were enveloped in the fragrance became physically peaceful and blissful, like a mendicant who has entered the 4th stage of meditation, in whom all obstructions from past actions vanish. So Vairocana speaks. Suppose someone took 10 trillion Buddha lands and reduced them to atoms, and then reduced to atoms as many Buddha lands as those atoms, then put them all in his left hand and carried them past an equal number of worlds to the east, and then put 1 atom down, and continued on this way until all the atoms were exhausted, and then did the same in the other 9 directions. If all the worlds in the 10 directions, both those in which he deposited an atom and those in which he did not, were all assembled to form a single Buddha land, do you think the immeasurable vastness would be conceivable or not? Jewel Hand said, it would not be conceivable. The enormous size of such a land would be immeasurable, extraordinary, inconceivable. If any sentient beings heard this comparison and believed and understood it, that would be even more extraordinary. The Buddha said, "This is so, Jewel Hand, it is as you say. If any good man or woman should hear this example and believe in it, I would give them the prediction that they will certainly attain unexcelled, complete, perfect enlightenment and will acquire unsurpassed knowledge of the Buddhas. Jewel hand, all this is accomplished by the virtues of the most profound concentration of the universal monarch of the pure gold net.
Om Vairocana Om. 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 So we'll do a period of just sitting meditation, which is just what it says it is. Just sitting with our experience, not grasping after it, not rejecting it, not trying to do anything, not trying to do anything. Just sitting. Okay, so that's conclusion of our first part of our evening. If you want to join the second part of the evening, we have a break for about 10 minutes or so and start on Zoom at 8:20. If you want to join the Zoom group, so you get to hear Gareth talk about Vairocana and then join discussion groups afterwards, email the Buddhist Centre at info@nottinghambuddhistcentre.org, just saying you want to join, and we'll send you the link, and then you can click on the link and join up with us for the second half. So do that, it'd be great to see you. If you've already joined us previously, you don't need to send another email. I'll just conclude with I had the good fortune earlier in the year during the lockdown, when we first started lockdown, of witnessing the generosity that came our way from many of you. So we had to appeal for money because we weren't able to run the centre in the normal way. And a lot of generosity came our way, a lot of financial generosity, but also a lot of appreciation. And it was very, very moving to be on the receiving end of that generosity. It moved me personally, but also it's very good, so that we could keep the centre running, so that we could keep doing what we're doing, so that we can make the Dharma available to more people. And there does seem to be a greater interest in the Dharma as a result of lockdown. So if you feel able to continue giving to the centre, if you're able to give some money today, that would be very much appreciated. There's a little link in the bottom of the YouTube dialogue box, I think. Or you can just go to the homepage of the website, click on the link there. It's very simple, just take you a minute or two. Any money is very greatly appreciated and will help others to come across the Dharma and to keep things going here. So do consider continuing that great stream of generosity that's been flowing these last few months. It's great to be witnessing that and very moving to be a part of it. So thank you for joining us this evening, and I hope to see many of you in 10 minutes or so. I hope you join us for Gareth's talk. Thank you.
If you go to the BS thing.
Where?
That one. Push stop.
And push stop.
And that was the bottom.
Stop recording.